The Nigerian Memory. After graduating from Oxford University in 1955, Smith arrived in Nigeria and joined the British Colonial Office as a junior colonial officer. His job was to tour the countryside, reporting to his superiors on life in the villages, make recommendations for development, and also he brought news to the local people about the gradual steps that are being taken towards independence. With this position, he formed a closeness with the people of the various communities he served. The British governed their colony of Nigeria with considerable care. Many would call this heresy, but there was a very highly competent cadre of government officials, imbued with a high level of knowledge of how to run a country. There was a distinct order in Nigeria during the British rule. People could travel from Lagos to Ibadan, through Asaba, crossing the river Niger up to the east and other parts of the country without being consumed with the fear of abduction or armed robbery. As we praise the British, we must not fail to remember and acknowledge the Nigerian nationalists, those who are said to have conceived the burning desire for independence. There was a body of young and old people that were greatly admired, the likes of whom includes Herbert Macaulay, first president of the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, founded in 1922, Ernest Ecoli, one of the intellectual architects of early nationalism, independence. He was a renowned journalist and editor. Christopher Sapara Williams, aka Sapara Williams, Nigeria's first qualified lawyer. He challenged colonial injustice using British law itself. The dawn of World War II caused a bit of a lull in the organized independence struggles. The colonies became increasingly important to Great Britain's war efforts by providing a steady stream of revenue from the export of agricultural products. The post-war era saw an explosion of political organizations, prominently featuring Nnamdi Azikiwe and the NCNC, founded in 1944. By 1951, Obafemi Awolowo united the Yoruba people to create the Action Group, AG. Awolowo transformed the Action Group into a formidable, highly disciplined political machine designed to counter the dominance of the NCNC. In the north, Sir Ahmadu Bello created the Northern People's Congress, NPC, to protect the North's dominance and resist the growing power of Southern politicians. Through political maneuvering, Bello emerged as Nigeria's most powerful politician, and the NPC essentially became the ruling party. Meanwhile, Aminu Kano broke away to form the left-leaning NEPU in 1950, and minority groups struggled with having to fit into the Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo tripod. To contain rising inter-ethnic tensions, the British divided the country into the northern, eastern, and western regions by 1951. While Britain initially resisted independence to hold on to Nigeria's immense natural resources, post-war exhaustion and the organizing skills of returning Nigerian war veterans made independence inevitable. By the late 1950s, British officers began quietly vacating their positions. Nigerians moved into senior management roles and former British quarters, retaining the domestic staff. The rigged handover. During this transition, Britain brought in Sir James Robertson as the new Governor General. Robertson supported Abubakar Tafawa Balewa to become Nigeria's first Prime Minister. It was later discovered that Robertson selected junior British colonial officer Harold Smith to oversee the rigging of Nigeria's first election and census to ensure northern dominance and serve British interests post-independence. Smith refused to participate, warning it would damage Nigeria's political stability, and was consequently pushed out of the colonial service. The manipulation was executed even without Smith's cooperation. Within 6 years, Nigeria was plagued by political corruption, rigged elections, and the egregious exploitation of tribal sentiments by leaders desperate to retain power. The British ensured power went to conservative elements rather than those who actually fought for independence. As Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe noted, Nigeria was given her freedom on a platter of gold, a gift that ultimately proved most unlucky for the nation.
Subscribe for more The Nigerian Memory.